What's up, YouTube? Hey, boys. It's August 21st, 2023, and today we're following up on the public records request we did with the corrupt and defunct California Bar Association on August 11th, 2023. Under the California Public Records Act, they had 10 days to respond. Today was the 10th day. They did respond. I'm going to show you some tricks they played early on and also a trick they played today and how I went about dealing with it. For those of you who don't know, the California Bar Association is embroiled in scandal right now for decades of refusing to investigate misconduct at the highest levels of the California Bar. They have been refusing for 4 years to investigate the misconduct that I've reported to them, including felonies committed by attorneys, specifically the participation of an attorney in the abduction of my children from Las Vegas, Nevada. So 10 days ago, we did our first public records request. We're trying to get our hands on training manuals and things that are not easily publicly accessible to explain why it is that the investigators at the bar behave the way they do. Let's quickly go over this. Here was the public records request. We asked for 5 things. Of special note, I want you to see right here the instructions that say attach additional sheets of paper as necessary. So we asked for any training manual, policy manual, opinion, rule, or regulation other than those things that are publicly accessible. And these first 2 requests under these case numbers, those were complaints that I filed that were closed out. Scrolling down to the attached page, we asked for specifics on this guy, Lawrence Del Cerro. He was the Deputy Special Trial Counsel assigned to investigate the investigators. I filed complaints against the bar investigators and they can't investigate themselves, so that's how this guy came into the picture. He closed the complaints without doing any investigation, which is a violation of the bar rules that appointed him. We're also trying to figure out who closed this complaint at the complaint review unit. The letter was not signed by anybody. Okay, so that was the original request. When I sent in the request, I got no response. So I didn't know, did it go down a black hole? Were they hiding it? What's going on? Well, you don't just sit around and take that. I have a direct line of contact now with the executive director's office and the secretary of the board. So I emailed both of them and I said, hey, I'm making a paper trail of the fact that I filed this request and didn't get a response. Let's look at it quickly. It says, hi, Louisa. Last week I sent the attached public records request to the email address on the forum. I have not received any kind of confirmation of receipt. Given the bar's propensity to disappear records, I am therefore forwarding this to you just to create a paper trail. Louisa, being the wonderful person that she is, quickly responded and said I should hear back from the public records office shortly. Okay, so after that email to the executive director and the secretary of the board, I very quickly got a response from the public records office confirming receipt of my request and telling me that the 10-day time limit had started. You can read it here. Okay, so since today's the 10th day, they had a response that was due and owing, and they did send it to me. But their response was kind of curious, so let's look at it. You will notice that they're only answering requests 1 and 2. They missed 3, 4, and 5. So rather than sit silently by, again, I'm trying to create a paper trail. I'm trying to create evidence. Why? Well, for a couple of reasons. 1, if you have to sue for these records, you're going to need that evidence. Number 2, in Nevada, it's a felony to conceal public records. I don't know if it is in California. Likely probably is the same. Again, you're going to want evidence to put pressure on these losers. So I wrote back to them and I made sure to copy Louisa and the executive director on this. And I said, thank you for the letter. What about items 3, 4, and 5? Their response was, what are you talking about? We don't have a record of the additional requests. So I wrote back and I said, hey, why don't you check page 3 of the request that I sent you? I attached it on a separate piece of paper, just like your own form instructed me to. And then they responded today, thank you for the clarification. We apologize for the error. We will review your request for records and follow up soon. Best regards. These are stall tactics, delay tactics, and just outright incompetence that you're going to have to deal with when you're engaging with these people. This is why it is important to know the law and stay on top of it and always be creating evidence. Evidence is useful in court, and it's also useful on YouTube. That's it for tonight. I hope you learned something. Boys, I love you. I miss you. I hope to see you soon. YouTube, if you don't know why I'm the father in exile, check the links in the description or the pinned comment.